Hello everyone, welcome everyone to this fantastic new day here, New York Open soon. On the 25th of January 2022, my name is Eivindfx, I'm a Forex trader, and for 8 years now, or 8.5 now, so we're going to go through the markets, whatever the markets you want me to go through. If it is stocks, if it is Forex, if it is indices, if it is what it is. So I have given you a small questionnaire just for a couple of few Forex pairs, and we're going to go through what is happening in the world, why is it happening, and how can we really take advantage of it. And I think that's why you're here. That's what the value I'm planning to give you today. So if you're here for the new for the first time, please very much welcome. And I have been to some YouTube lives today, and I've been asking yeah, what's like your favorite pair? And I think I watched like 5 of them. And what the common theme is, believe it or not, people who do YouTube lives, believe it or not, couldn't explain to me what the living heck they were doing. I did not understand a living life of whatever they were trying to explain to me. So maybe I'm stupid, maybe I am, but I couldn't understand. So if I don't make sense to you today, please tell me, and I will try to explain in better terms. Okay, that's all for me there. The other thing here is, people, is that I have given you a small questionnaire, and I don't know who's going to lead. It's actually Aussie dollar, New Zealand yen. No, New Zealand dollar is actually leading at the moment. That's very, 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 very interesting. Welcome to our YouTube members. First of all, Harold, and then of course James as well. Hello, Odeke, long time no see. Dwayne, of course, yeah. So Dwayne, who is down at the beginning here, has mentioned to me, Eivind, can you explain to me in a bit better fashion than what this pivot point is about? So that's, I don't know if it's going to be towards the end of through. I think. Oh, sorry. I think it's going to be towards the end. Maybe like in 30 minutes or 45 minutes, and then I will take any questions regarding pivot points, and I will go through it as slowly as I can. But so there is 2 sides to this one today. And I will try to find my, in Norwegian we call it pedagogikk. Pedagogikk is the learning, or the method of teaching. You know, when you're a teacher, you have to learn a lot of pedagogikk to be able to teach your students in a nice manner. Now, best pivot points trading strategy is simple. Is my YouTube is my strategy video, and then here is the pivot points, and I know some of you guys have implemented. Thank you very much. Here you can get them in the comment section and also in the description. I don't know which one you're gonna use, but there it is. You're very much welcome. Is that everything that I want to say today? Hello, Denise. Denise was in a free YouTube in this free Zoom meeting yesterday, and I absolutely destroyed him. So I was laughing, crying yesterday, and it was so funny because I told him some of my more offensive jokes that is never going to go on YouTube. I'm never going to tell you that one, and it's never for anything public. And probably if there's anyone who is a bit, because we ask first, if you don't like those jokes, I will never tell you those. Only to those who wants to listen. And it was absolutely hilarious. But was it recorded? Never. Why? Because you would never know that I said those words, okay? The indicator is free. Yeah, of course. Yeah, because the indicators are here in the comment section of a YouTube video, and I can give you the link. By the way, I'm just going to give you the link to this one. Fast and easy. This is the YouTube video. That is the pivot point indicator. And this is the pivot points for MT4. And do some presets as well. And then remember to use color code 2BFF00 when you are choosing your goal. So, cool. Did you get an entry on Euro? Yeah, I got an entry on Euro. We were in the YouTube live yesterday, so I no, in the daily setup yesterday. Sorry, I did. So Arctic Dad, yes, you're really missed a lot of laughing and crying. So today I'm not gonna. Maybe I should end the voting right now, since most of the people have arrived, and as they should. You know, there is your entry 113.28. So there it is. You're welcome. The pivot points are absolutely destroying the market. Hello, Melindy. Xavier, you got better jokes? Well, what is the joke? I think I found one today that is good enough for YouTube. Is there any fee? I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if my wife will ever approve of this next one though. But what do you call a small wee wee? Justin. Yeah, spelled Justin. Anyways. That was funny. It's like the stand-up you sent. Your wife will not approve. Yeah, I didn't know I had an opinion, and whenever I tried to have an opinion, I was quickly reassured I did not have an opinion. Just let me laugh. I'm crying today. Am I better than yesterday? I don't know, maybe, but and then I got some other more offensive jokes that is not appropriate. I'm not going to tell those are just offensive, and yeah, you will never catch me say them because I will be destroyed. Anyways, who's a bit weak is gonna see that. No. Because apparently I made a joke in the Discord last week, I think it was, where somebody asked like, where's the option number 4, which I forgot to do, and he's like, what's option number 4, and I'm like, your mother. And I was like, and I laughed so hard, but he didn't take it nicely. So I was very quickly to apologize, and I probably should never have said it, but and I have changed because of that. So because of that, I will not make those jokes again, and I've never heard from him again. So. Hello, Lion. Very much welcome. Welcome to the laughing crowd. It's hilarious here though. So if you have any jokes to crack them in the comments crack them, and I will tell them loud if I approve. Okay. No pedo type of stuff today. That's for the Zoom tonight. Maybe I don't think I can do a Zoom tonight though. But maybe, well, tomorrow is FOMC. I don't know when we can do that Zoom thing again. Maybe on Thursday. I won't tell you mine. Anyways, Aussie came higher and still in profit. I took profit yesterday on the stream at around 71. I think it was around here, 71 something. So yeah, good style. So I took profit there. That was the sell that I sold here, and then I also still have a sell up at 72.68. we are still going lower. So I said yesterday that on the daily setups, I said that I will be a bit more cautious. I will probably want to see like a deeper retracement. But so I'm not saying that I took this Aussie trade, because I didn't. But now it looks like, now it looks good, of course. But I would like it to come a bit higher so we can take it down. So right now, people, just stay tuned. I think it's going to be great. I think we have good control here of what we need to do in the market, and we made I don't know how many pips did I make. Yeah, just above 100. Small, right? Small. So it's like an itty bitty teeny weeny community kind of a thing. So yeah, fantastic. So just want us to come up to 72 or 72.50 maybe, not so much, but up before we can fall. We are a bit late. We are starting to come late into January, when we might have some deeper retracement before falling in February. Just a reminder. I said yesterday on the daily setups that I will look to sell 13.28, if I remember correctly. Target is 12.55. So boom. I think that's what I said. Can always go and check. But where is it? Where? Hello, everyone. Welcome to hello, Eivindfx. Hey, sexy. I don't know if we're gonna go there. So for our what the two things that I can see for this week, good enough for me. See, trade plans 13.28, 13.59, 1400 down there, and what happened? Oops. And what happened? Boom! Yeah. Is that good enough for you, beautiful people? Is that how you do things? Well, I don't know. Don't come here and tell me what I should do. Hey, man, can you help understand me why a threat of war by Russia is causing fear among investors elsewhere? Oh, in Dikaka. Oh, that is massive risk. That's like, whoa. That's like your mother about to beat your ass. So you gotta run. If that war goes out of control. So who do we have here? We have Russia, we have America, we have Europe. We have a large-scale war on our doorstep in Ukraine with the biggest power factors in the world, and we have Europe here. And Euro USD is going to fall if there's going to be sanctions against Russia, because Euro is a big trading partner to Russia. Not big, but big enough. So it's anything war related. This is massive. This is like the big scale. If there was a war in Mali, if there was a war in Sudan, it doesn't have economic effect on the world economy. This one has. So if a country undergoes war, natural disasters like the one in Japan in 2011 or something, like some years ago, that has massive economic effects, that will move the market. So it comes down to, does that have economic effect? The other thing is, we have increase in interest rates in America. That's another risk factor. So those two together are sending the market into fear. Now, don't take me wrong, but I planned for this in November. I said in January, I think dollar's going to strengthen. I think we might have a war. We might have Kim Jong-un. We might have something. There's always something that comes up. I said that, specific to those words. And here we are, war. Woohoo! Now, nobody has died, as far as I know, so far. So everything's great. I don't like war. I hate war. I don't want war. But war, when you mention war or rockets or or something like that, it does send the market to safe havens, to dollar, to yen, to gold, to oil. Well, oil is not a safe haven, but it's less supplied by the Russians because Russians is an oil producer. So it has great effects and great impact on the market. Dwayne says I didn't take the EU trade, but on my trading plan I had it right. While struggling with fundamentals so many sides, I'm really pleased. So Dwayne, good. Take that away from the situation and say, okay, cool, you did right. You did your planning. You did the right levels. In the market, agree with you with the most aggressive plan. You don't know if that's going to happen next time, but the more trading plans you do, and you kind of tend to be right, the better you're going to be at it. You know, so by all means, yeah. I like your personality, says Lion King. Big guy. It makes the whole trading a lot more fun. Your approach is analysis. Thank you. Let's go, Frankie. Good morning. How are ya? I haven't heard from you lately. Are you still well? You know. So I'm still waiting for you. Do you not have your email? What's the problem with your email? Because I think I tried to send you an email, but you know, I don't think I have a phone number if I just want to call you. But you know, I hope you're doing all right. And I'm still waiting for you. So, and you know where to book appointments, right? If not, I will just send you the email. I'll just send you a link. So yeah. You're learning a lot. Yeah, fantastic. Lovely. But yeah. So 2 calls in New Zealand. Thank you very much for that. Yeah. Good. So Euro is almost down to target. So what is kind of the feedback I want to give you to here about the markets is that trade planning. Okay. So all these plans originates from oh, Harold sent me a joke. You want to hear a joke, people? The trade planning is that it comes from last week, right? So it's just it's not like every week is going to be perfect and every week is going to come up to your resistance. Sometimes we're just going to have weeks where it just falls, you know. So it is all about coming in and So, should we have a new poll? Wait. Oh, this is so funny. I'm almost dying. So right now on Euro, what you're kind of hoping for more is the pullback to 1300 probably, and then lower. So yeah. Rafael, how are you? New Zealand dollar, another great fall, by the way. Why did I enter? I entered at least here, I know. Yeah, so what am I now? I'm at least 120 pips in profit. Yeah, not too bad, eh? Not too bad, eh? This is so funny. So, 10% says no. Okay. So two people, no one person says no. Okay, cool. Maybe that's Harold, but by all means. So the trade plan right now on New Zealand is that we want to go down to what? We want to go down to the level called, I think it's 60. Is it 66 we want to go down to? 66.50. So we are basically at the doorstep of take profit. So yeah, okay, fair enough, interesting enough. But so I'm still holding, and I don't see any more new trades taking place other than up to like 74.40 before going lower. So right now it's more like of are you going to go lower and then I'm just going to make more profits, or are we going to back up again so we can sell it again, kind of a thing. So yeah. Other than that, for New Zealand, I think that what is really important is that stay cool. Don't sell just because of selling, but as we continue lower, you need to find a resistance. So yesterday this was the resistance, and okay, I can't remember, did I plan that out? I don't know why my trade plan went away, but I think at least 67 was mentioned. But by all means, it's gone now. So yeah, fair enough. Other than that, I think we're just gonna take a small break and then see what tomorrow can bring for New Zealand dollar and when we come into FOMC, which is really important for us tomorrow. So that's really going to swing things around. I also made a trade plan on Euro New Zealand yesterday. It has come down to the levels I wanted. I don't know if it's still good, but no, I'm sorry, it's still good. I mean, and going higher would probably be the best idea. And then, well, we are kind of stopping out here, but I think we still have some juice left to the upside, So what really is important right now is to not buy yourself or sell yourself out of trades. Where, for example, now on USD CAD, we are pretty high. We are a bit far away from my actual entry that I want to do again. So we're just, waiting for it to come back down again. But it hasn't really come back down. So the next question is, which is kind of like my plan A, plan B, just technical trading here, is that I would love for us to either plan A come down here, or plan B make a higher high, come back again, so we can continue. So there is some controversy. Someone says yes, someone says no, but I think that what it really the joke is, I don't know if I'm allowed to, but might not be safe. The police officer asked the husband, "When did you notice that your wife was dead?" The lovemaking was the same, but the dishes started to pile up. And that was just for jokes, just for humor. Don't kill me because of that. And if you really want to know how my actual life is, I'm a very supportive husband. I do the dishes, and she makes the cooking. And if I'm cooking, she's doing the dishes. I'm doing the laundry. I'm cleaning as well. Don't worry. I'm not leaving her to it. And well, I've got more comments than not from the maids that we have hired to help out, because sometimes we don't have time, and that she's so shocked that I help out. So there we go. That is I have my back covered. If you know me, if you have seen me in my house, if you put a live camera in for 1 week, you would see I do those dishes. Mostly because she's not home. Xavier 8 out of 10. Oh. Michael says, "Morning, Evan. Got gold sells at 1843 and EU buy." Huh? EU buy at 83.74. I don't know what not points 83.74 is. Which asset is that? Is that euro pound? Yeah, but okay, so we have a buy on USD CAD. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not saying you shouldn't, But if I was living in a perfect world with perfect entries and perfect imagination and perfect trade plans, I would love it to come a bit down, because it's 70 pips down, I think it is, or something like that. So 70 pips is my end, it's my stop loss, and then should I give away 70 pips and then have a new trade of 70 pips stop loss just to get 70 pips? It's a bit of a 2-to-1, the 1-to-2 in the opposite direction. Like it's like I'm risking 140 pips to get 70 kind of a thing. So and then I know if I know if Denise comes in, and she'll probably hang me. But I'm sorry, Denise. Don't worry. It's all for jokes. And then, but you should have filter. I mean, I don't have filter. I can actually blame my friends when I was growing up. I have friends with 0 filters, and I'm pretty filtered. I feel very early ashamed or embarrassed in situations they're like, "Whoa, let's go, like let's continue on. This is fun," kind of a thing. And I'm like, no. Should we really steal that apple from the neighbor that is hanging over the road? No, we shouldn't, because it's their apple. But he's like, well, it's over the road now, so we take it. And I'm like, I don't want to call the police. Run! Yeah. Okay, so right now we are at market open on New York. We have S&P 500 coming up pretty hot yesterday, and I think that was I think that's just I think that's a cat. I honestly think that's a dead cat bounce. A dead cat bounce is a bounce in the market where it bounces pretty hard, but it falls back down again. You know, it's a dead cat bounce. Mostly because the cat is not alive in that analogy, so it won't continue higher. So right now we have like a bottom here at 42.50. I think that is not going to hold as long as we're still bearish. And if we were to make reversal patterns here, we have to make higher highs and higher lows before we can engage again. Nasdaq, the very much same thing. New low at 13,800. No higher highs, making lows. This can still continue to the downside, even though I don't want that. That is what I'm seeing right now. We do not have a bullish trend. So right now we are just seeing a lot of risk on in the stock market. We are also seeing a lot of risk off. Sorry, not risk on, risk off in the dollar today. We're also seeing pretty big pullback, and I think maybe even US 30 ended the day green yesterday, which was we actually ended the day green yesterday, and that was pretty pretty intense. But I think that we are probably going to continue lower because we have still not made higher highs. Even though we have a great pullback here, we still don't have enough to say that this is an end of a bearish trend. So even though I keep making bullish plans for the stock market, also the same thing for Bitcoin. I also make trade plans, but as you can see here, it's just low, low, high. Well, that's nice, but I think we might need to have a head and shoulders, or we need to have at least higher high, higher low before I can even begin thinking about buying it. So right now for Bitcoin, another bearish market, and what did we do? We planned that one out. For the gold, I said here around last week, around Thursday, Friday last week, I said, well, now we have a higher high. I'm not going to buy it, and I want 1830. 1830 came and went. We have been here a couple of times, and I hope that you might have some buys in here if you're our buyer. If you're a seller, I don't have really a lot of entries here. So if I was a seller, I wouldn't even have thought about selling it at all. So the reason why we don't have lower lows, we don't have trends, we don't have anything, we are not here. We are, oops, I will just take it that way. We are that, we are there. We are in a bullish trend. We have higher highs, we have higher lows, we have support, we have continuation to the upside. But it's a bit struggling, I must say. So that's a bit worrying. But so far, I wouldn't sell it. And if you were to be a buyer, this is your area, and you got it. Definitely, you got plenty of chances. I think you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 opportunities, especially yesterday at around 5 p.m. You got the actual entry, the good entry, and then you have another one today or an hour ago or 2 ago. So that's also another important thing for you to learn about gold, is that it does fall down in the New York session, and that can just be a week before it continues on later in the day. Another one coming into the American market, another one in the American market, and that's the end of the American market actually. And this one is another American market, and this is another New York market. So if you're trading gold, look to the another New York market. So as you can see, as I'm literally just looking at the time. I'm not even looking at the price. Okay, that's another American open market. So a bit high there, but most of them are actually at the low, around New York open, around the first hour there. So if you're being a gold trader, I definitely think you need to start looking into what is the New York open, New York first hours. How do gold behave there? Where do you find those? Okay. Euro pound is retesting after range breakout. John says possible entry. We can go to Euro pound next. That's all okay. Can you give us some trading plans for February, please? Nikaka Prinsley says, can you give something for free that I want you guys to do on your own so you learn? That is like going for an exam, asking the teacher, can you give me the results? Can you give me the answers? No, I cannot give you the answers. That is totally up to you. Finally, Denise is here. Thank you. Now all the bad jokes are gone, and the environment is now safe again. So Nidika, I want you to make a trade plan for February, not me. I already have one. I already have mine. I'm your teacher, I'm your coach, I'm your psychologist. I have already done that. I don't need to do that, and also don't want to supply it to you because you're supposed to do it. What is the point of me telling you to do it if you don't do it? If you are in the mentorship course, I will help you do it. I will not do it for you, but I will give the necessary steps, give the necessary tools, which I've already provided for you. It's all there. There is fundamental bias, a checklist. There is a trade plan checklist. There is plenty of videos on how to make trade plans. So and where you would find your optimal trading, and all those how I would normally trade February. There is videos on that. So yeah, if you're in a mentorship, you should be able to. But if not, I'm available, and you have, is it 5 or 6 days left? So my Zoom, my calendar is open. So if you need one, I will help you out. Wow, stolen apples, I'm calling the FBI. Ivan, how do you set standing orders every day and then leave them to run for the whole week? Yeah. Or do you enter trades as the market goes? I do both, Rafael. I do both. I'm mostly like pending because I am asleep and I sleep for long. And when Asia is open, that's mostly where my entries are. And if not, it is London Open. And sometimes I do stuff that I have other things to do in the mornings. I can't be there, so I mostly rely on pending orders. Yes. How are you, Siva? I'm very good, very good. Vikram Singh says, I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Perfect. Those tools will help you loads. Very much welcome, Mr. Dwayne. So the next thing we should then cover is of course oil. And oil has been like, well, I don't know if I want to fall. But I said yesterday, if you're thinking of selling it, 84.43 or 83.67 is probably two prices you're looking to sell. Somewhere in this area you're looking to sell. Now, are you in profit on those? Just one of them, but give or take. So right now it is not bullish. We don't have higher highs on oil, and there is that is a reversal. Here we have resistance again, and now we just need to break, let alone again. That is the first entry. That is aggressive entry. That is the first entry, and now we have yet again to make a new lower low to sell it again. So right now we are turning into number one of my sell plan. So all good, all great. If you look into the forecast, the EMAs, which is, this is the 21, this is the 55, and that is the 200. This green one is 200, the blue one is 55, and then this is the 21, the red one. We haven't turned bearish yet, so it's a bit early, I would guess then, but that is definitely my number one, uno, I think it is in Spanish, if I don't remember wrongly. So all good. Now we just need to have a lower low. So as I would say, coming into reversal pattern trading, I think that is kind of what the market you need to learn. This is a bit different. Than the Aussie dollar trade we did, which was more like a top and then it fell pretty hard and then it came back. This reversal here is more like a top, come back. So it's a bit different, so this is kind of the top I want you to sell. So we shall see if this continues. If this continues lower, that is kind of where we are hoping at the moment. So somebody said, Eivind, can I buy this support? And I made an analogy last week, or a theory last week. I said, if we hit target early, make sure that this can fall. It fell. I didn't say it back there. I said actually back to like central something like here. Now we did the same thing yet another week. We have been falling pretty hard after taking profit early. So if you are a buyer on Euro Pound, there is that is your setup that we all now see went to fruition if you took it. If you are a buyer, I would be very cautious here. Oh, I see a risk left and right. And why do I see risk left and right? I would say definitely the same thing on euro dollar if that was the case. But this one has risen pretty hard. That means take profit for the buyers at a specific price called a 0.8410 was the take profit. And now you're like wondering, but Eivind, what do you do now? Well, why don't you put your head out the window and look at what the weather is today? I don't know. It can be gold, it can be silver, it can be blue, it can be red, it can be golden, it can be whatever it wants to be. Maybe down to 83.50 is the thing. If we're going to do if you're going to do the same where we have the range and we're going to down to 50%, maybe 83.40. But right now, as I see it, I see a market that is not decisive. I see a market that is not trending. I see a market that is good for scalping and pretty terrible to swing trade. And I also see that we are at the support. But is this support going to hold? Like any other support, is it going to hold? And I am asking myself that every time we have a very aggressive market, pretty hard fall. And where is the fall going to be? Is it a falling knife? Yes. Is this a support you can use? Yes. Is it going to hold? I do not know. That is why I would go back to your trading strategy, your trading statement, and see, have you made successful trades in this specific trade setup? And say, I mostly made or lost money in the market. Okay? So I can't prove to you that this setup works for me, but it's definitely something that you're looking for. So good. Pair point strategy is so lit, says Eddie. Thank you very much, Eddie. But people, for those new people who is here or whoever is here and at whatever point you were there, when you go to my when you go to my my 4,000 views on this one, and I sort for news comments, the last one was 2 months ago. So there's a lot of people who have seen this for the first time, and I love to respond to your comments if it's great or if it's terrible or whatever it is. If it's terrible, probably delete it, but I haven't. But yeah, please leave a comment, people. You know, of course, I like my own videos. You know, of course, but I don't know if you have seen it. I just see people see it, but I never hear that you actually saw it. So, well, I don't know if it matters to anyone, but I appreciate as a human being to another human being. I don't care about the YouTube algorithm because the video is already made. If it does well, it does well. If it doesn't do well, it doesn't do well. But on a human level, me to you, you telling me, I have seen this I've seen this video, coach. I am putting my name here, and I can go back and see, did this person actually see my strategy? When you're asking me questions about my strategy, because then I can use that video as leverage and help you even more. All comes out of love. All comes out of love. What is the general outlook on Euro? I think it's going to fall. What have you seen? From what I've seen, is bearish in February. Yes, I believe so. Maybe wrong. Rafael says pound dollar in take profit for sellers with a double bottom at the at the 50% retracement fib, which is not a fib. It's a psychological level done in the stock market. It's not a fib. Good place to look for a reversal to the upside. I will look into that. I have been commenting that video. I have been recommended that video every day recently. Then Michael, have you commented? I'm gonna find your name. I'm gonna beat your raise. Michael, look at yourself. Now you've just made a fool of yourself. Now where's your name? Where? Huh? Where? Where in a banya where? Yeah, James, I'm still waiting. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back because I've remembered that one Aussie yen. Sorry, James. Sorry. Tell me one more time, and I'll go. And yeah. So, James as well. Now you have my full. I'm gonna. I have your full attention, Aussie yen. Okay. What are you angry about now, Alex? We have already hit take profit. Yeah. The thing is, Shuran and Alex, Michael afterwards in the next Zoom meeting we have together, he's probably gonna roast the living life out of me. So I'm just putting up some leverage. Just some, to make sure that we equalize in the end, So I'm just, as a big brother, I'm just gonna have some leverage so that I can, so next time he comes in and because I know I do mistakes. I know there's mistakes to find on me. So if you just find them and tell me, I even forgot to do that, I even didn't do that, he has leverage now. So I'm just giving it for free. So 80. So I would rather see a big of a pullback on Aussie yen. Is that going to happen? It definitely is a better place to be at 82 to sell and 82.30 to sell more than taking profit at 80. Alex, what do you mean by that? What do you call it? That emoji? What's that emoji? I don't know what the emoji is even. Are you angry? Are you sad? Are you annoyed? So I would just be patiently waiting. I don't know if you bought it yet, James, or if you sold it, or what you did. But I am pretty confident here. So the other thing is, did you sell here? That's a different case. I didn't watch the video. Michael, YouTube are giving me a lot of impressions, but you're not watching it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to be publishing that one, Harold. The next joke you sent to me. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So be break even and hope for the best. Pray to God and Jesus and Maria and Joseph and all of his cooperative friends. Yes, at least minimally. You can just go shower. How long do you take a shower, Michael? 20 minutes, and the video is I think it's 20 minutes, give or take.
Let's see what you can do.
Who is subscribed? Who subscribed? Somebody subscribed. Maria subscribed. Wow, thank you. Happy to have you here, by the way. Yeah, everyone is like, I feel bad now. Yeah, it's 14 minutes every time you shower, because in Norway you're told to only shower as long as your favorite music. So this is your favorite video. You play it for 14 minutes. That's the whole video. And every time you shower, so I guess you shower every second day. So yeah, you just hear my beautiful voice. Anyways, so I was expected again. I guess I am. Yeah. So good, James. Good. Proud of you. Good. So the thing is, I'm now going to jump into the next one. If there's, I guess there's still more questions, but I'm going to jump into the next part of this, is which I'm going to explain my pivot points. Not specifically, but all the related questions that I probably have accumulated throughout the years. Okay. So. This is, I haven't planned this one, but I'm going to make it as good as I ever can, being in a live session. So, Tess says, nice streaming. Please help me make money. Okay. I'm sorry, Tess. I guess you're a lady. I don't know. Tess sounds ladyish, but I don't know. I don't know. So if you're a lady or a man, why did I mention that? I'm sorry. Welcome. You were a bit late. You should have been here last week when I was on Trader Nick, and we set up the market and we sold that top here, for example. By the way, so what I want to tell you, how do you make money? You need to plan. So you need to plan that you need to be at the market. So at the beginning of the year, every year, that is an absolute important quest, to be at the market at the beginning of the year. Beginning of the month, beginning of the year. So now you're a bit late. But if you come back, not come back, but always be here for the next 5 days, we're going to make some more trade plans that would have targets of 150 to 500 pips. Okay? 150 to 500 pips. So right now, the market's a bit exhausted. It will be a bit low, but it should come back soon. So we will take those then. Okay? So, by all means. So, me explaining pivot points. Let's go! Right. So, so when I go into like explanation mode here, let's go to the video I have told you to go to, how to find the indicator. There is a go to the indicator, and then you go there, and then you go down there. So I'm going to do the exact process as you guys are I'm telling you guys to do. Then I'm telling you to go to the indicator, go to that first link there, TradingView pivot point. Scroll, add to favorite indicators. I have already done that. So add to favorite indicators. Then we go to indicators and we find the favorite indicator, and it is here. Okay. Now I'm going to use that one. So this is how it looks like on the new, as a brand new. And then I would just go in here to settings, and we will go to style, and I will take away OOP buy, OOP sell. You don't need to, but I do. I will then change bullish exit, which is the level, the box here, and the bearish one is the box here, and make it a different color. You don't need to do any of this, but I love to do that. So if you're going to have pivot points looking like this beautiful face like me, we're going to do that. We're going to add that one, and then we're going to add that one, and then that one. Batman did it. Sorry. So we have that color now, and we're going to have at 35 opacity. Okay? I'm going to do it again. OOP buy, OOP sell, uncheck. We're going to change bullish exit, bearish exit, color, number. That one that was, what was it? 2BFF00. Okay? And then we need to have 35 opacity, and I think I didn't do it. So 35 opacity. Now you look like me. So somebody says that, well, it compresses and whatever. I don't know what it does and what it doesn't. And then we have done the style now. So now it all looks beautiful. I will go to chart time frame. I will go to 1 month. 1 month. We are now on 4 hour, and I'm going to move all of this away. So, now the question becomes, I'm going to do very basic here first of all. The first basic thing is, this is the sell price on any time frame that you have your indicators on. If it's daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, 1 hour, 4 hour, whatever it is, M3 is always where you look to sell. All the way down to central pivot. So this level, this pink zone here, is your sell zone. Probably also resistance. Pivot points is basically just where future support and resistance can be found. So this is the entry level. Around that, not around, but that specific price, this is the best price. You're not always gonna get that. So I always say between the central pivot and the M3 is your sell area. Sometimes it do, like here, it goes up to the area, then falls. Sometimes it goes all the way up to M3. I don't know which one it's going to be before it actually happens. Then the question becomes, then you sell it all the way down to this box here, and the specific level of wherever M1 is. This first price here, and that is 1048 in December. Now, if you look for only for January 2021, we're only going to look at January 2021. Okay? If you were a seller 1st of January, that is your sell. That price there is your sell. There is your target. Did it ever hit it? Didn't. Okay, then you try again. Then you try again from M4 down to Milan. Welcome, Petrovic. Welcome very much. Happy to have you here. I'm humbled that you want to be a part of this. And then if you then sell, no, I'm not going to do that. So the other thing is, if you sell from M3 is the best price, central pivot is the most aggressive price, which was hit in December. Then you're going to just move your target one level lower. So if your normal sell is M3 to M1, then your more aggressive sell is from central pivot to S2. This is the bottom price level here. That is less likely to be hit, but sometimes it do, sometimes it doesn't. Okay? How do you decide the entry point? I'm going to show you. Okay? So this is for sellers. For buyers is the actually opposite, where M2 is the best buy price and the best take profit is M4. I would say pretty straightforward. If the market is a bit more aggressive and it only bounces off central pivot, you have to target the price above. My rules, this is pivot point rules. My rules, I always target M4 and then 10 pips difference. 10 pips difference. Why? Because the market isn't perfect. I can show you many times it is not perfect. So, that is the basic. So, I'm going to put some text on here. So, I would say entry entry sell. That is probably a bit less. Yeah, a bit there, like that. Entry sell. This is only at the beginning of the month. If it breaks through this level, it is no longer valid. Okay? Entry sell. And then entry buy around M2. Okay? Those are the most key important thing to do. So then I'm going to do the next thing is stop loss. Where do you put your stop loss? I always say as a seller above R1 or previous structure. As a buyer below S1 or structure. So as you can see here, if you bought M2, this is the previous structure. S1 is below previous structure. So even though I say below previous structure or S1, those are normally the same things. Because R1 and S, because those stop loss levels are always further away than you want them to be. So, okay? Those are the most basic. I can then do another thing with this indicator. I can go to pivot point bias. I can only look for bullish or bearish setups. So if you do only bearish setups, that would change the indicator to only show me this. This is the sell level conservative. This is the aggressive sell level. And this is the target. This applies to all time frames on this indicator. Okay? How do you decide to enter point? I put in limit orders. Okay? So, if we can go to Euro 2022, sorry, 2021, how does that look like last year? Okay, so if I'm a seller on Euro, which I am from January to February to April, I sell here. Because that's where the market started, I sold there, and then sell again at M3, sell again at central pivot, sell again at M3, sell again at central. That is what I do with my monthly trades, and as you can see, it went pretty good, I would say. There is no stop loss in February. There is no stop loss in March. All went to take profit. All went to take profit. In April, I changed in April, and I bought, and I bought that, and I got, was it 300 or 400 pips? I told Trader Nick, and that's when I started to talk to him. So it's almost a year now we have been together. So with the pivot points, I use monthly first. Then I use weekly, and then if then daily. It's more like a cherry on top. So yet again, have to have a bearish trend. Here we are selling. Now, this was a bit different because we have a high here. That took me out. I also sold here, actually sold here, too low, and I was stopped out here, and then market fell after that. But if you are on demo selling those sell levels every week, like a machine, you should overall have positive returns. Because once you fall, we say from the top here, you fall 200 pips. From here, you fall 200 pips. And by the way, please, for the love of God, take profit at the levels it has been mentioned. For example, here we have falls a bit more, but then it has 100% retracement of whatever sell you had in this level. So there you have a break-even trade, just because you didn't take profit at the level you should take profit at. Okay, cool, good. If is the stop the same for both CP and M3? I would probably maybe set stop loss at M3 to not have too much risk. But yeah, in general, in theory, it should be above R1. But I know that's a far stretch. That's a far stretch when you sold central pivot. Yeah. Dwayne, what did you ask about? I literally have to just find your comments. I'm sorry that I'm doing this on live. Brandon asks, when do you live when everyone love? How do you master the understanding of pivot points? Okay. So the understanding of pivot points is that it uses the previous period, high, low, and the close. That's why the close of the market at every day for daily, every week for weekly, every month for monthly are important. So I don't know the future price that is going to be set tomorrow for tomorrow's trade until market close tonight. But I can kind of project where it can be. So the more price moves here, the lower the central pivot and the M3 is going to go lower. If it starts to reverse back higher, it is also going to move higher. So until it closes, this can move, not a lot, but it can move a bit. It can be a difference of 50 pips on a weekly frame, and on a daily, maybe 10 to 20 pips. So if that's your scalp, maybe. So we sold. Then we're coming down to April, where I took my profit, ran away, and bought it. And I bought it at, I think I bought a bit high. I think I bought it at 1760, like up here somewhere. I was on the Friday, and it went a bit lower on Monday, and it went all the way up to 21. Was it 2160 level? Yeah. So before May, yeah. So around here is where I took profit. It's on the monthly pivot. So every week I will look to buy. Didn't happen. Look to buy, happened. And I probably wouldn't buy that either. So on the weekly frame, we have two pretty good entries. On the monthly, we have one very good entry here. Still in the buy zone. Can also buy M2 if you really feel very frisky. I don't do that because I have seen price move down, falling more than I want it to be, before it just continues up and then hits the level that I want, that I can see at the beginning of the month here. I can see that's 2126. 2126 is the target I took. So yeah. Can I buy oil and Nasdaq now? Please tell me. Shaik, you have a very interesting technical... Well, please, do technical analysis first, Shaik. And no, technically it is not bullish. If you want to buy it, have fun. I will not. I will not tell you to do it, and I will not encourage it, and I don't think it's a good market to do it in. Gold has another retracement. So I have my daily setups every evening, mostly if I'm not sick or if I'm not too exhausted, where I go through this. I probably don't explain it to you that much, but after the recordings, I do explain things if you have any questions and all those things. So if you are like, how it is to scalp this strategy, I'm gonna make a scalping strategy video one day. I don't know which one it's gonna be, but because I need to find out my voice, I haven't really been able to do very good strategy videos. I will try. But the question is, what do you do ahead of the market before we come to January, before we come to February? That is where you're going to choose your direction. You're going to look for your setups, and that's where the real deal is. What my indicator tells you, what targets to take, that's subsidiary. 90% of your analysis needs to be fundamental analysis. It needs to be off charts. It needs to be reading. It needs to be psychology. It needs to be seasonality. It needs to be all those things that influences price, and then 10% is just entry. It's very easy to make an entry. Why? How? What do you mean? Well, if you look here, for example, well, sorry, on Aussie dollar, I know where my entry is. There's my entry. Where is it now? It's way lower. Why? Because that is kind of the market setup that I want to see. And if we now continue higher and I failed, then I would not continue trading that more anymore, right? So it's all about the planning. Plan, for the love of God. And I am here to help you. When February comes, I will open up my trade plans to you. But before that, you need to do it, because I can't tell you how. I cannot tell you how to do. I cannot tell you to do your job. I cannot tell you. I cannot do your job for you. You won't learn anything if I do your job for you. Then you will. If I die tomorrow, how are you gonna help yourself then? If you decide to be on your own, not listen to me anymore, how are you going to survive? How are you going to make money then? How are you going to fetch pips then? If I don't know. I don't want to die though, but you know, I want to make you the expert. Then you need to do the job. That's how you become better. We can apply it to gold. Okay, we can apply it to gold. That is okay. I will start off with monthly. Okay. So, for gold, monthly chart. M2, if you're looking for buys, I would just assume you look for buys. I assume you look for buys. M2 is then your best price. M2, 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 M2. Now, if we go from right to left, right, in July, that was hit, and that was the best price. You got some profits, but it fell down again. Okay. The target was way up here. You didn't get it, but you tried. It was an attempt, as all things are. In August, it fell like a ton of bricks. And it was definitely a massacre here, if you just bought it. But then you got profits here, then you shouldn't have lost everything here. So when it comes to September, we still have a bearish trend coming into this level. If we hit M2, if you buy that blindly, you have that as a target. It's very late. I want M2 to be hit in the beginning. That's why October is so much better. And we went all the way to target in the end. The same thing happened for November. We went all the way to target in November. So those are more levels. Those are more actual trading, or actual where market actually did well with. Well, where actually market did agree to a bullish trade plan. Okay. When it comes to December, we have really been flirting with M2, but we never broke below. Good. Again, for January, I also think we're going to have a bullish plan, and there is M2 again. So, how does it do with monthly? With gold, I think that is the most important, that's the most important time frame to look at gold and not day trade, because there's a lot of ups and downs in gold on a day trading scale that will be kicked out faster than you can run away from someone taking you. So monthly first, as you can see, it's not perfect, but if you trade gold with using M2 or the buy zone, you are generally going to be off at a better place if you follow the trend and a technical analysis. It can drop here, but that shouldn't be the defining factor for your trading. It shouldn't be the defining factor for your career. And also, you cannot trade gold if you are very price sensitive, or where it moves from 1840 to 1830. Then gold is not for you. Is that a good recap? Dwayne says, so this is done before you apply the pivots? Yes. This explanation today was great, man. Thank you very much, Andy. I normally use daily pivots and execute on 1 hour time frame mostly, and it comes from that. Perfect, Samson. Perfect. No, I have no comment on that. That is perfect. That's how it's supposed to be. Boss, I will take a nap. I'm not in any trade, just waiting for them to get triggered. This is driving me crazy. I catch up later, brother. Thank you. Explain the guys, and you can't even say my name. You are the drunk, or you need to go to sleep. Ivan, are you posting this for reference? I'm posting this for reference as well. I'm not sticking this away. If you die, we all die. Will be doomed. Yeah, can you share this pivot strategy on gold chart? I just did that. You're not gonna die, you're just gonna listen to Ivan. What's the most important fundamental factor to choose your weekly bias? Fundamentals doesn't change from one day to another or 1 week to another. It changes every time it changes the fundamental indicators are updated every month. So inflation and employment is every month, once a month. And the central bank meetings are once every 2 months, and every second one of them are not updated on the dot plot, which makes them not so interesting. So every 4th month is an interesting or important central banking meeting, at least for the Fed. So not so often. So weekly, from 1 week to another, it should probably be the same, unless there's something in the week that is not expected to have changed. But fundamental biases should be fairly constant. More on a month-to-month basis, quarter-to-quarter basis, more than a week-to-week basis. Thanks, gotcha. Can we use this method plus price action with 5 minutes chart for day trading? On gold, also yes, you can, but you would see higher loss rates. I don't know if it's profitable. I haven't tried it in a long time because gold markets has changed since I tried it. You can try on demo to see if, but don't be frustrated if it doesn't work on gold, because it's not designed for gold. You're just applying it to gold. But please come back with the feedback and say it didn't work or it did work. Okay? The reason is because gold is very volatile short term. For a reason. Okay? Because it's used for a tool to become... gold is used to be a tool to hold trades for long term. So short term, traders don't care. Arctic Dad says, good in-depth explanation of paper points. Learned something that's why I'm here. Yeah, thank you very much, Arctic Dad. Tack så mycket. Even, do you ever use the weekly, monthly charts? Do you mean like daily, weekly? No, because I don't find enough information on those candles. I have tried. I'm not saying they're not profitable, but as a swing trader, it's a bit too far away. It's a bit too far. It's a bit too little information. And on daily, the price has already reversed on the 4 hour or 1 hour. 4 hours a bit late as well. So for my reversals, daily is very late for me to see a reversal on daily. That's why. Do you think Forex is a good business? I've been doing this. I'm sure I have been doing this for 8 years, by the way. I would love if you share what your strategy is. What is your strategy in working? Do you have any previous video about that strategy, please? Adam, I am glad you asked. I have this video on the indicator. I have this video on the actual strategy. And if you search for, I think that's the right one. And if you search for strategy Eivindfx, you will find this one. This is not a good video apparently. So how to cut 300 pips apparently was a bit boring. And this is how I started out with pivot points. So it's kind of like yeah. So those are at least my 3 or 4 or 5 videos on it. So you can choose if you know which one you want to do. But there is definitely videos on that. for sure, I will backtest it. And also, do you trade crypto? No, I don't personally at the moment trade crypto. No. I've started these buy high and sell low. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay. So I think we died there. I think that is okay. I think that has explained something. I will definitely do it again, any moment, any day, and I will be helpful. To help you out. I have absolutely no problems of answering questions, compared to some other YouTubers out there that have stopped replying to people, which I find very shameful. I don't know if I've heard about that, but I'm like, why do you stop replying to your community, the community that brings you up? Anyways, I will always be helpful. Please go on my Discord channel to have more questions answered. I am answering as fast as I can. I will be live again tomorrow at an hour earlier than right now, so I will be around 2 p.m. my time, and it's 3 now, 3:19, so 1 hour earlier than right now. And yeah, have a great day. Boom. I miss trades all the time, but it's just like dart. It's like I try, and if it doesn't go, it doesn't go. I will try again. The reason is because I'm gonna trade for 20 years. I don't care if I miss one trade right now. It's not gonna ruin my day. It's not gonna ruin my week. It's not gonna ruin my month, because I have many more opportunities to come, and I love that it's coming more opportunities, and that's what brings me forward, because I always have an opportunity. There's always one more. If I have to wait a week, wait a month, I don't care. Have a great day.